Hi, what's up? We're in the next part now. You know what's the irony of this whole thing as well? At the very same time, please go check out the previous part to get your bearings. At the very same time that I received the rejection letter from the one website, I got contacted by Contina. And Contina is number one on the list of freelance writing companies in the world to write for, and you earn there, I believe last time I checked, anything from $60 to $200 per article if at all they approve it. And I have just gotten an email right now. I am not even lying to you. There it is. Let me cover the lady's name, but it is an email. I don't want to unplug my phone from the charger because it's charging. I will remove her name, but I've just received an email right now, and it reads, "Hi Karabo. Thank you so much for interest in joining Contina. My name is, Sarah, but you don't have to know her surname. My name is Sarah, and I'm here to help guide you through the initial steps to get up and running. I've reviewed the initial info you provided, and based on that, it sounds like you're a great fit. First, I've put together some data for you that highlights the kinds of jobs and remote opportunities available in the categories you're interested in. Each report includes job examples and a checklist of subcategories of jobs I found for you. And then fitness and healthy living writing jobs report. I wanted to write fitness content, and I have been given a brief, basically. I'm going to click on that link later after we're done here, and I'm going to go look for the jobs. I'm going to write an article based on the briefs, and then if it gets accepted, I get paid, like straight away. I really hope that Listverse takes my list. Do you understand? If they do, I will continue to write lists for Listverse. But the one site that rejected me, here it is, that now laying prostrate at my feet, is the number one listed across many review channels. Many review websites, that review best websites to write for as a freelance writer. Container came number one for all of them. And they've just contacted me and told me all you need to do is write a brief for us based on these jobs, and if we like it, we'll pay you. I'm officially a member at this particular website. I just need to write and see if at all they will, pay me. So, goodness gracious, I am so hot. If this doesn't work out, whatever, I will keep trying. But you close one door and another one is not even so much closed, but it's been yawning all along. Yawning. And gawking at you. And when I end up then, where it is that I need to go, what ends up happening to the people in the back there who rejected you? They regret it, guys. They regret it. And those people, never mind the ones who rejected you regretting it, the ones who passed you up regretting it. How about now the people who accepted the offer that was lesser than what Christ had for them? Can you imagine their regret? Never mind the regret of the people who rejected you, but imagine the regret of the people who then get to observe what Christ finally did for the girl that they imagined was abandoned. Forsaken by him when he can never do such a thing as that. Like you go and you preach about Jesus. Christ will never leave nor forsake you. The Lord always got this. Don't lean on your own understanding. And then you sign a deal with the Illuminati. Are you serious? You are just some cloud without rain. You are lying to yourself when you're busy preaching to the world out there. They're edified by your work. They're getting into the kingdom of heaven. But in and of yourself, you threw in the towel. My goodness, who in the world suffers for 9 years in Christ, having held fast to the Most High, and then in the 9.5 year, you're not I'm tired, I'm not going to do this anymore. I mean, just all that wasted energy in persecution, all that waste of suffering, all that waste of striving. You might as well just finish the race and keep the faith. You might as well. But that's just the thing. It is he who endures to the end that will be saved. It is also written, I believe, in 1st or 2nd Peter 4, that if you don't give up, you will ultimately bear the fruit of your patience. So ungala is Satan's be all and end all of a gargantuan strategy right now to cause people to throw in the towel, to ngala, to give up. Ngala is my language for giving up. It's a word in my tongue, Tswana, for giving up. Ungala is to give up. And for me, it's I'm living in squalor and I'm under a great deal of pressure. Attrition is having a field day with me, pressurized me so much that I will eventually capitulate. But for me, it's first of all, it's about eternal life for me, just first and foremost. And secondly, I've already suffered so much that I can't take in my stride a substandard husband that's just not going to get that I come from a lot of pain. I can't take in my stride substandard kids that are just not going to be obedient and love God, since I already endured so much to make sure they're not born with generational curses. And I certainly cannot take a substandard career after having lost one already for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. God said, if I've left everything for his sake, I will gain 100-fold over in this world. So that other website that was wreaking havoc in my life, mind you, it was only paying $18 up to $47. From $18 an hour to $47 an hour. if at all you get accepted. But what if you get a job that's just 1 hour long? Whereas I just got told that I might be able to work for another publication or another, publishing site. You get my point. What it is that is the word that we're looking for there, that pays per project a set fee, anything from $50, not $50, $60 to $200 per article. So I'm guaranteed at a minimum $60 per article. And as fast as I write and as quickly as I proofread within a day, if I write articles that get accepted by them, like literally 5 a week, I will have enough to, after 2 or 3 months, buy that laptop that I want. And if I write even more than that, I might even be able to move out of home. So, seriously speaking, I have more than I need. The floodgates of heaven are open, and albeit there being tears on my eyes, it doesn't matter. Those people who have caused me to cry, my tears, according to the scriptures, are bottled in heaven. God holds them very dearly. And do you know that the prayers of the saints in Revelation, as the Lord is unraveling one of the seals, or is it one of the trumpet bowls, that one of the trumpet blowings that is this judgment falls into? I stand corrected. Please go check that out. Do not quote me verbatim there, type establishment thing. But there is a portion in the word of the Lord's, in God's word, in Revelation, that speaks about how the prayers of the saints are poured out onto the earth, like that incense, that burning censer or whatever, that it has the prayers of the saints. It gets poured out on the earth, and there are peals of thunder. That is how God is. That's how angry God is every time we cry and we apply for a job and we don't get it, even though we were the best candidate. That is a prayer. But God, what did I do? I studied so hard. I prepared so much, and that person did not earn it. I know, but Lord, I'm the one that did all the work. I put in all the time. Yeah, those are going to one day be poured out on the earth as a wrath, a judgment. That's how God feels when we cry. When we cry. So I've just cried. A couple of days ago, I cried. Like, actual tears came out of my eyes when I noticed that my fitness channel was blocked. So, I mean, really, where is that peal of thunder? Where is that lightning strike going to land exactly when it finally falls down on the earth? Where? It's going to land on that random female who done bewitched my fitness page. That's where it's going. That's where it's going. Or it's going to somehow pinch her if she at all dies before the tribulation. That's what you must understand. Batung, leave room for God's wrath. Thank you, son. That's something that he also keeps telling me. Leave room for God's wrath. Leave it for me to avenge my daughter. I know you are angry. I know you are upset. You've got holy wrath. Hold it in, my daughter. Drink it. Go have coffee. If it all will make you feel better, do what you need to do to feel better, girl. But understand that leave a room for God's wrath. Do not be angry. In your anger, do not sin, for it only tends to wickedness and evil. Like, do not. And do not also be so anxious and, like freaking out and shaking in the middle of all of these rejections and these revilings and all of these sudden stoppages of your growth on social media platforms. Don't freak out and fret and fund and pant, because I told you that do not be anxious for anything, but in all things by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, make your request known to God, and his peace, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Do not be afraid. Lean not on your own understanding. Your own understanding is that, but you worked so hard. You prepared all this stuff. You did all this research, and then you just went nowhere. You just went nowhere. Yeah, of course you will cry when you don't understand the attributes of God. That his perfection and his adoration, his benevolence, especially for the church. You have no idea who it is that you're dealing with. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. According to Psalm 136, right? Is it the 136 or 139? My favorite Psalm. Fearfully and wonderfully made am I. And he knew every last one of my days before they happened, including he also knew the day when the witch would come up against my fitness page on Facebook. Meaning he also knew the fact that I would cry about it. I would moan, I would languish, I would grow, and I would struggle to sleep. I stayed awake for about just over 24 hours on the day when I noticed that my fitness page was frozen. Because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was worried about my future. If at all I can't monetize YouTube shorts, not YouTube, but Facebook shorts, what then is there for me, God? Am I going to be living in this shack for the rest of my days? What's going to happen? I could not sleep. Kilimo all night long on the computer until the sun rose. I was exhausted. I wanted to sleep, but I didn't. Because I was freaking out trying to come up with a plan B. And it was during that time when I was trying to come up with a plan B that I applied at this particular website that just rejected me. So I wasted my sleep. I didn't sleep for my highlight. It was a waste. Why? Because I was fretting and I was fronting. Fret not yourself over the ways of evildoers, over the one who prospers in his way, but because the Lord has put them on slippery paths. Psalm 37. He knows their way. Where now as for you, Garabo, whom have you in heaven but me? Earth has nothing that you desire besides me. I am your God. I have never forgotten you. You are like Mara. You are like Naomi. You call yourself Mara because you have no faith. Hey? Because you think that I've just given you a bitter life and that's all that you have. You feel as if though it's over with for you. No, Mara. Your name is Naomi. That's who you are. I'm going to give you Ruth. You're going to go into the land flowing with milk and honey, and you're going to go in the lineage. You're going to be in the lineage of women that brought about the Son of Man. That's how I have blessed you even in your old age. When Sarah, I'm gonna give you a baby when I'm 93, you're gonna be a little bit of an attitude giver when you are given the prophecy, but a year later you're gonna bear your first child Isaac. At that very old age, I am going to make out of you a wonder out of the nations. Everybody's going to know that you belong to me. Everyone is going to know that you are favored, highly so, by the God of the universe. You will have gone through nonsense, but in that time I will have preserved you. You are my child, and they are going to know. So what you must say right now is, naked did you come into this world, and naked will you leave. I have given you, and now I've taken away. But ever so more in that season must you always praise me. You know you have gifts and talents. I have gifted you richly. Not only did I give you gifts and talents naturally back when you were in the world, now that you're in me, I've richly even packed on you spiritual gifts. You are my chosen servant. You are a darling to me. I gaze upon you like the apple of my eye. I hold you dearly and nearly. And even in heaven, your tears are bottled, my daughter. I hold them in my heart. Gain solace in the fact that you are complete in me. And continue to do what you do. Cast your bread upon the waters, and after many days it will come back to you, my daughter. So apply on the internet to go and become a freelance writer. Know and understand that one day you're going to manage to do just that. You've always wanted to write. I told you I'm going to give you the career of your dreams. You've always wanted to be a writer, but you never thought you had the right opportunities. Now, the internet is rife for international talent. You were going to write in South Africa and nobody was going to appreciate you. Now you're going to be an international writer earning dollars. Do not undermine what I'm doing for you. You are my daughter. You are going to write books. You are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and they will all wish they had been given the struggle that you endured, that they might end up one day being as international as you. I did not want you restricted to your land because I saw in advance that your country would persecute you for giving them the gospel because they will be like Nazareth to you. However, here it is that now today you're about to be the envy of all of your friends. They're going to covet the fact that you went through all of this to end up being more internationally renowned than they ever could be. They stayed in their little silos in South Africa. You call them out. You call them out from the cracks and the crevices that they were at, that they might grow with you. But they abandoned you and rejected you and bewitched the living daylights out of you remotely from Facebook upon seeing the prosperity in your South African life. Well, watch me make you international. They will watch basically the table that I have prepared for you in their very presence. So do not fret, do not front. That is a very sorrowful thing, that ultimately the ones who sacrifice themselves because they're exhausted from waiting, they have not borne the fruit of long suffering and patience. That's what they have to watch. They have to watch those who did indeed wait and groveled, who struggled, who stayed poor for a season longer. They're going to have to watch them finally ultimately realize what God meant when he said, neither eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor mind conceived the things which I have prepared for those who wait on me. But in the interim, Karabo, soar, my child, like an eagle, because those who wait on me, I will renew your strength. I will mount up your wings like eagles. You will run and you will not faint. You will walk and you will not grow weary. Even though young men grow weary and they go sick and tired and they stumble on the floor and they throw their toys off the cot, I am going to renew your strength, and you're going to be like an eagle. You're going to soar, you're going to fly, and when you do, there will be no borders that are going to restrict you, just like an eagle can fly from Mexico to America and back to America without being asked for a passport. Next part.